Have you ever wondered why some men barely make an effort, yet women can't stop thinking about them, while other men try so hard and still end up being ignored? It almost seems unfair, doesn't it? But here's the truth. What makes a woman obsessed isn't simply money, looks, or charm. It's psychology. It's the way you carry yourself, the way you think, and the way you live your life. And once you understand these 7 stoic psychological tricks, you'll start noticing women chasing you instead of you always being the one doing the chasing. Let me explain. The first thing is mystery. Women are naturally drawn to what they can't easily understand. If you reveal everything about yourself in the very first meeting, your feelings, your plans, your weaknesses, you become predictable. And predictability destroys attraction. Think about the last time you watched a movie when you already knew exactly how it would end. Boring, right? That's how she feels when you reveal your entire story all at once. A stoic man doesn't hide things in some manipulative way. He simply understands that silence, restraint, and quiet confidence can communicate far more than constantly over-explaining yourself. Let her wonder about you. Let her try to understand you. That curiosity gradually turns into obsession. The second trick is emotional control. This is where most men lose themselves. They get angry too quickly. They become jealous. They beg for attention. But Marcus Aurelius himself said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And that also applies to the way you react to women. Imagine she ignores your text. The average guy starts panicking, double texts, and ends up ruining everything. But the stoic man simply smiles, returns to his own life, and keeps his energy steady. That calmness makes her wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Why does he seem so secure? And that's when she starts chasing. Because very few things make a woman more obsessed than a man who doesn't need her validation in order to feel strong. The third is presence. Not texting presence, not online presence, but real physical eye-to-eye presence. Most men don't understand just how powerful their energy can be in a moment. When you're talking to her, don't keep looking around the room. Don't play with your phone. Don't rush through your words. Look directly at her. Listen with your full attention and speak calmly and slowly. When you give someone your complete presence, it feels rare because almost nobody does it anymore. And rarity creates value. When she walks away from you, she continues replaying that energy in her mind. That's how obsession begins to take root. Now, let's talk about something that almost no man gets right. Detachment. This is the fourth stoic trick. Most guys believe that love means holding on as tightly as possible. They suffocate her with endless calls, gifts, and attention. But in reality, obsession often grows when there is space. A stoic understands that nothing external truly belongs to him. Not money, not status, not even love. He enjoys what he has, but he doesn't cling to it. So, if she pulls away, he allows her to. If she tests him, he remains unmoved. This drives her crazy because she sees a man who refuses to beg, a man who cannot easily be controlled emotionally. That's when she begins feeling that she could actually lose you, and that fear can make her invest even more. The fifth trick is self-mastery. You want her to be obsessed. Master yourself first. Discipline is magnetic. Think about the man who gets up early, works on his body, reads, builds his career, and refuses to waste his nights on empty pleasures. He carries himself differently. His life has substance. A woman looks at him and thinks, if he can master himself, maybe he can handle me, too. That's when the entire dynamic begins to change, because attraction isn't only about having fun, it's also about respect. And respect will always feed desire. The sixth stoic trick is purpose. This one is enormous. Most men make the mistake of placing a woman at the very center of their lives. They revolve around her like a planet revolving around the sun. But here's the hard truth. No woman wants to become your entire world. She wants to be a part of your world. When she sees that your purpose comes first, your mission, your goals, your growth, she respects you. And respect is the foundation of obsession. Think about it. A man without a mission becomes clingy. His energy practically says, please give my life meaning. But a man who already has a mission already has meaning. He doesn't need her to complete him. And that difference is powerful. She feels that your attention is something valuable, a reward rather than something she can simply take for granted. She starts wanting your time because she knows it isn't unlimited. Purpose makes her compete for your attention. The seventh and final trick is unpredictability. Don't confuse this with playing games. This is about being alive, being dynamic, and being difficult to put into a box. Most men settle into routines. They go to the same restaurants, say the same things, send the same texts. Women are emotional creatures. They feel things deeply, and emotions respond strongly to surprise. A stoic man understands this. He keeps his principles stable, but he keeps his actions fresh. Maybe today you take her out for dinner. Tomorrow you invite her on a sunrise walk. Next week you disappear for 2 days because you're focused on working on yourself, then return stronger. She never completely knows what's coming next, and that keeps her interested. But here's the twist. Unpredictability isn't about chaos. It's about balance. She knows you're stable. She knows you won't fall apart, but she also knows you're not like every other man who lives the exact same day on repeat. That combination, that's what fuels her obsession. Now, let me bring all of this together with a story. Imagine 2 men. The first man gives a woman everything immediately. Constant texts, oversharing, no purpose of his own. He becomes predictable. She gets bored. Attraction fades. The second man lives in a completely different way. He carries mystery. He controls his emotions. His presence is powerful. He never clings. He masters himself. He lives with purpose, and he keeps life interesting. What happens? She thinks about him at night. She wonders what he's doing when he's not around. She craves his attention because it isn't freely handed to her. She becomes obsessed, not because he tried too hard, but because he understood human psychology and stoic wisdom. Think about how rare it is today to find a man who doesn't beg, doesn't break, and doesn't bend himself just to gain someone's attention. Most men don't even realize how much power they're giving away. They try to purchase love with gifts, prove their worth through words, or chase endlessly for tiny pieces of affection. But the stoic man operates differently. He doesn't attempt to control anyone else. He controls himself. And because of that, he becomes unforgettable. This is why women become obsessed. Not because you played tricks on them, but because you finally became the kind of man they respect, admire, and can't stop thinking about. A man who is calm, yet powerful, detached, yet passionate, present, yet mysterious. That balance is magnetic. So, here's the choice. You can ignore everything you've learned and continue living like the average man, clinging, chasing, hoping, or you can take these 7 stoic tricks and practice them every single day. If you do, you won't have to chase anyone anymore. They'll chase you. If this message spoke to you, if it opened your eyes, then don't just let it end here. Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which of these 7 traits you feel you need to work on the most. And if you want more videos that guide you step by step toward becoming this kind of man, make sure you subscribe. That way, you'll never miss the lesson that could potentially change your life. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.